Have you ever wondered what the differences are between the Team Spec Revolvers and the regular revolvers? Today, let's talk about it. The new 2023 Team Specs in 2250 kV. We barely slid in to the end of 2023 with these Team Spec Revolvers. I had designed these quite a while back, of course, but what I wanted to do was a 2250 kV version because a lot of y'all told me the 1800 and 1900 kV were just not quite fast enough. You wanted something that was a little faster. So what I did is I came out with the SS version, which is super short, super snubby, whatever you want to call it, and the 540M. These are both case sizes that are not standard in our catalog. So these particular ones, in particular the 2250 kV, I have a little bit different magnetics as compared to the 18 and 1900 that we released earlier this year, but otherwise they're the same. So we have the snazzy gold-plated magnets, we have titanium shaft, we have a custom stator length on here, and essentially they are made as light and svelte as we can possibly get without causing issues with, let's say, weak drag brake or torque density. So we did add a little bit more weight with the back iron shape. As you can maybe see on camera here, there's kind of a little bump right behind the magnets. But with the titanium shaft, that drops a little bit of weight. And what I did on these particular ones to bump up versus the lower kV version was we went with a 20% stronger magnet on here. And we kept it a really high grade, so it's not gonna fade with heat, but it will give you better drag and torque and hold, especially when you're sitting in one spot. These do have it's harder to turn by hand. And in the past, this is pretty much the opposite of how I would normally engineer a motor. I wanted them to be as smooth as possible on startup, and with old school controllers, that meant making them spin as easily as we could with your hand. But with the advent of AM32 and newer controllers, we are able to essentially have them not spin smoothly by hand. And the SS is still pretty smooth, but the M, it's got a lot of hold power. We can get around that. So now I can start designing motors to have better and better hold without sacrificing the startup. So I'm pretty excited for that. I think a lot of y'all are gonna like the 2250 kV, especially if you're running something like portals. I have not tested these with our V3 Crawlmaster ESC on 4S yet. However, these motors will take 4S. I just don't know if that V3 will do it. The V2, absolutely no problem on that, but the V3, it'd be probably fine with the stubby. With the M though, it might be a little bit too much heat for it. It depends on your gearing, how you drive, the weight of your vehicle, and a lot of things. So if you want to wait until I confirm that, you certainly can. If you want to test it out in your rig, just be careful when you go out crawling. Test your heat on your ESC in particular at first when you're running 4S, and make sure that you don't cause any problems. But honestly, it should be fine for the majority of people crawling. And yeah, if you have any questions about them, leave your comments down below, but these things are snazzy. I really like the gold-plated magnets in particular. How about you? As always, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.